two students are working on bio, so they might be applying. Now about electrical and electronics MTech students, if anybody is working on bio related things, let me know. I'll share the details, and you can apply to Northeast Center for Biomedical and Healthcare Research Center is there in IIT Guwahati under DBT. So they are sponsoring internship for the MTech and MSc students. Unfortunately, they have not mentioned MCA, so our MCA students may not be able to apply. But even MSc mathematics is allowed. I'm not sure about MSc statistics, but mathematics is allowed. Okay. So anybody is working on bio, electronics or electrical? You are able to hear me or not?
Yes, sir.
So anybody working this electrical electronics? Electrical electronics, anyone? No one. Okay. So I hope Bhavatosh and Trishita, if you can apply. I have already told both of you. So the last date is next to next week, if I'm not wrong, 20 November, if I'm not wrong. And others from MTech IT, other four of you, you can contact your respective guide. If you are interested, you can apply. Okay. So as already 20 of you have joined, so I'll share my screen and we'll continue from where I left in the last class. You can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I was discussing about the expert systems. So there we had discussed that we have three main components. One is the inference engine, one is the knowledge base, and one is the user interface. There I had given the example of this creating the merit list of one particular problem where we were incorporating the different reservations of different northeastern states along with the different branch wise reservation, because as it was for the diploma students, so you cannot admit someone with the diploma mechanical to diploma in degree civil. So those ifs and buts are there. So this kind of complex problems may happen in any situation. So there you need uh, someone who knows the thing in hand, and we need to engineer it so that the process is automated. So we have two parts. One, earlier say they used to do manually, so the human expert who is there, he is to do it manually. So what we want is that as that person is not always, say somebody will retire or somebody will join some other organization, so you cannot always have them there. So what you can do is that you can incorporate their expertise into some form of knowledge base by using a knowledge engineer where you guys come into the picture, and based on the inference engine and user interface, you try to use his expertise even when he is not there. So what he or she has learned over the years, you are trying to incorporate that in terms of a computer program. Okay. So we just want to apply all his rules and regulations that he has incorporated, or the way in which he has say handle the situations. Those ways we want to incorporate in the program. So first, coming to the knowledge base. So in knowledge base, what we have domain specific and high quality knowledge. Okay. So we have to create a knowledge base from the expert, and obviously as we are calling that person XYZ as an expert, that means he has a sound knowledge of that particular thing. Now here there is a catch. The catch is that if his knowledge is faulty, the knowledge base will be faulty. Clear? अभी क्रिकेट खेलने के टाइम पे वो गली वाला क्रिकेट में बॉल अगर वॉल में लग गया तो आउट है. नाउ यू हैव बीन प्लेइंग देयर इन योर गली, सो यू नो दैट द बॉल वॉल पे लग गया तो आउट है. नाउ आई गो टू प्ले देयर, आई डोंट नो दैट. अभी मेरे वहां पे बॉल वॉल में लगने से 4 रन होता है. So if I go and play, my knowledge base and your knowledge base is different. So I do not know. So you have to tell me beforehand that this is the rules of that particular game. So if you don't tell me that, My knowledge base and your knowledge base are not same. So your expertise has not been incorporated into my knowledge base. So I'll try to hit the wall because I know it is going to be 4 runs. And you, when say you are playing, you will try to not to hit the wall because you will be out. Getting the problem there? So whoever is the human expert, we have to have him or her provide a in general sound thing, and we have to assume that he or she or the person has sound knowledge of the things, and his knowledge is not questionable. Clear? Getting up to this?
Yes, sir.
So the success of any expert system majorly depends upon the collection of highly accurate, precise knowledge. So it has to be accurate and it has to be precise. So two terms are here. Now here, if we go for the definition of the knowledge, so knowledge is actually a data set where the data is a collection of facts. The information is organized as data and facts about any particular task or any particular application. Here, data, information, and past experience are combined together and termed as knowledge. Okay, so you have to have data, you have to have information, you have to have past experience. So data, because what is the present situation, information is what was the normal cases which are there, and past experience means in past if you have dealt with this kind of situation, then we can combine it together and form the knowledge base. It is something like, say, I have been handling the swayam thing for the university for a long time. Now as this time the university situation has changed because our academic session and NPTEL's academic session is July December. Our July December is now running from your say September October to say January February it will run. So our semesters are not matching the thing. Now based on our past experience, we know that if anybody is from final semester is taking up these courses, we can ask for the audited certificate if he or she is not able to, if they are not conducting the exam in time. So like zoology students and human physiology students had taken last semester the courses in their fourth semester. So now they were tied up because university wants to declare their result, and as they have initiated a credit transfer, unless NPTEL gives them the mark, they will be getting it back in their mark sheet. Now, unless we get a certificate from NPTEL that they have cleared, then their result will be held up and it will be coming as back again as special supplementary. They have to deal with it. So we contacted NPTEL. So NPTEL for many universities have contacted NPTEL. What they did, he said that as they have already paid for the exam and the exam will be in August, but we need their result before August. Why don't you do something that based on their internal marks, we will give a percentage. University will put that percentage in their mark sheet, and NPTEL will later on, if they sit for the exam, give their mark sheet based on that. Okay, so this we are able to do because in the last year also we did the same thing. So that is my past experience. So in place of me, if somebody else is there, he or she will be having trouble because the past experience part is not there with them. So they will contact me or say somebody else who was looking after that or somebody from another institute that what will be done in this kind of situation. So similarly, if in the power plant or any other plant or any industry, wherever you go and ask your seniors, like you guys in the second year. So your juniors who have come and joined the university as first year this semester, so they will look up to you for help, isn't it? So because you have something extra, you have the data, you have the information, you have the past experience. So for them, you are the expert. Clear? And they will try to gain the knowledge by learning from you. And next year, when they will be in the second year, their juniors will consider them as the experts. Clear? Knowledge base? So we have a few knowledge-based components which are both factual. Heuristic means you'll be having statistical knowledge also there. And here the two things. One is the factual knowledge. It is the information which is widely accepted by knowledge engineers. Here, knowledge engineers are you guys who will be working on the software, and engineers and scholars who are working in this particular task domain. And the other part is the heuristic knowledge, where it is about practice, accuracy, one's ability to evaluate, and normally you guess like, okay, aisa aaya hai, to this must be the situation. So sometimes if you are speaking to one of your friends, okay, XYZ. Now, if your mother or father knows, say, this kind of talk you do with this particular friend, they will ask, "Are wo hai kya? X ya Y means your friend." So how they are able to do that? They are able to guess, because over the years they have seen you speaking to him or her in this situation, this particular body language and this particular tone, whereas with others you are speaking in another tone. So based on that, you can have this kind of situation. So these are heuristic knowledge. So they work on the accurate judgment or the evaluation by some statistical parameters or some guessings, and that is the heuristic knowledge. Another is the factual knowledge, where we have point by point data, and based on that we are working out. So this is the idea of the knowledge base that we had here. So here, this is the first block, that is the knowledge base. Clear up to this? And
Yes,
you
sir.
and you have to generate that based on what? Based on the experience from the human expert, converted to the form in which your software understands it, because you are creating a dummy of the human expert's knowledge in terms of a software. Okay, so that is the knowledge base. And based on this, now remember one thing: if the knowledge base is wrong, output will be wrong. If the knowledge base is correct, output will be correct. So you have to assume two things. One thing is that the expert from whom you are gathering the knowledge base, he or she has a sound knowledge. And secondly, that the knowledge engineer who is there, he or she actually converts them in a particular way. Say for example, I am working, say I know German, and one German person comes to visit you, and I am working as a translator for you. Now, अगर जर्मन वाला तुमको गाली दे रहा है, and I'm telling you that okay, this he said so nice things about you and this, so there will be a mismatch, because I am giving you a wrong knowledge base. So that person is angry with you, and I am saying that no, no, he is very happy. They show happiness in this way, and that's why he is very excited. So this is a wrong kind of interpretation of his knowledge, his expertise into your. So I am giving a wrong information to you. So obviously your reactions and his reactions will there will be a mismatch. So the knowledge engineer is a very important part, where you people who are working on the expert system or AI come into picture. So you are the knowledge engineer. So you have to analyze the expert, and you have to ask him all possible questions, what kind of situations he has been, and from there what experience he has gathered, and what data he got, and how he analyzed this is a case study of this is a case study of this. That's what MBA guys do. If anybody has any idea of MBA, there is lot of case studies. Case studies is different companies are there, how they have handled in marketing management. If anybody who has taken a marketing management course, just as a single subject, as a other department elective, any one of you? Marketing management or psychology course, any one of you? None of you have taken any marketing management or psychology course?
Sir, I did in my BTech.
Okay. Marketing management or psychology, Hillary?
Marketing management.
So there you have gone through case studies?
Sir, few.
Like, you can give me any example? Just tell the title.
Actually, I forgot. But
Okay,
I
I'll just
did that. Yeah.
okay. So there, in marketing management or in psychology they have case studies like how psychologically you are analyzing the thing, and in marketing management they have case studies where they show how one company has surged back to this thing when they were out of competition and other things. Say for example, just to give you an example, say somebody how Ujala Supreme has beat Robin Blue. You know most of you use Robin Blue and Ujala Supreme for your white shirts. So uh, you have the idea both are indigos, isn't it? So initially, Robin Blue was the most popular thing that used to. Then Ujala came into market, and the advantage of Ujala was that it was in a liquid form, and it will directly mix there. And in Robin Blue, you have to take a powder, and you have to do. Later on, they also came up with the liquid thing. But once Ujala was in the market, then Robin Blue. Even nowadays, there is a lot of case studies on Maggie because Sunfeast and so many noodles are there. Even if you are eating Sunfeast, you are saying that that is a Maggie, isn't it? Many people, any paste, XYZ paste, you will call it a Colgate. So those are the brand values, and this how they are capturing the brand and market. So there are some. So these case studies are knowledge bases which the marketing peoples are taught, so that when they are in the actual field, when they are in, say someone after doing this marketing for you, like Hillary has done, it's just a course. But somebody who is doing MBA, if he or she is understanding this marketing management, which psychology course is becoming the HR of a company, they have to deal with these kind of cases and understand the psyche of, say, HR people with psychology background are considered to be best because they are able to analyze the candidate. अरे ये candidate रहेगा नहीं रहेगा. In software companies, they prefer if some female students are good, if say there is normally anybody who is good, they are absorbed in the software market. But if you have a male student who is 80% good and a female student who is 80% good, they prefer the female students. Why? The basic psychology of the HR is that the boys jump a lot. इस कंपनी को छोड़ के उस कंपनी चला जाएगा उस, and the ladies jump less. Okay, so as the ladies jump less, for the HR, it is good that he can show that whomever he or she has recruited have been retained in the company for long. Okay, so that is the knowledge base which they gather from their seniors, their studies, from their case studies, and so on. So that is the actual and the factual knowledge. And along with that, there is a about their heuristic knowledge means practice, accurate judgment, one's ability, evaluation, guessing. Okay, clear up to this? Okay, now going to knowledge representation. Knowledge representation is how you are representing. Means expert तो अपना opinion दे दिया. अभी expert को computer नहीं आता है and knowledge engineer को computer आता है, but he doesn't have the experience. So whatever he has to do is that he has to extract the information from the expert and feed it in a form which the computer understands. Okay, so they have to do knowledge representation. So in this knowledge representation is a method used to organize and formalize the knowledge in the knowledge base. Okay, so you have to represent the knowledge in a proper form. It is the form of if then else. ऐसा अगर है तो ऐसा है. Just like I gave you example कि if one you need say 10 candidates for a software firm. Now if I am a HR manager and after the technical round and everything, the technical guys will say that इन लोग का ये अच्छा है, ये candidates total 50 candidate है, उसमें से हम लोग we can give job to 10 guys or to 10 candidates. Now here in these 10 candidates, these are the since that this is the technical knowledge, the data will be in the form of the technical part में इनका इतना मिला है, programming part में इतना मिला है, and so on. Now we have a particular set of practice and based on which we have a knowledge base and past experience that we have to represent it in a proper way. So what we'll see that okay, 5 of the candidates, irrespective of their genders, are okay. They are good in psychometric tests. They are good in say programming. They are good in this their own domain. Say someone who is from electrical background, he knows good things. Means he has studied his BTech electrical well enough. Somebody who is from MTech BTech electronics, he or she has done electronics in a good way. He has sound knowledge of the basics of electronics. Means if somebody has basic knowledge in a proper way, whether it is BTech electrical, mechanical, civil, IT, CS, whatever it is, statistics, mathematics, whatever it is there, means whatever he is given, he or she is studying that well. Means they have the learning capability. That is the basic thing that the HR has to look into. Means जो पढ़ा है अच्छा से पढ़ा है. Secondly, प्रोग्रामिंग ठीक है कि नहीं, बेसिक लॉजिकल है कि नहीं, एनालिटिकल है कि नहीं, रीजनिंग है कि नहीं, साइकोमेट्रिक टेस्ट है कि नहीं, and teamwork, whether they are able to work in a team, and this kind of things is done. Fine. After that we have to represent that in terms of numbers. Technical part में इतना मिला, non technical part में इतना मिला, psychometric test में इतना मिला, and so on. Rajiv will be able to tell more about that. राजीव है या लॉगिन करके बैठा हुआ है? राजीव?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. So you are from the industry, so you are you are able to correlate what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
So and you kindly add because if I am missing out something, you can add. So here Rajiv is in TCS, was in TCS, so he is able to correlate what I'm. And anybody else who has been in company, at least the MNCs? Any one of you? Okay. So basically the idea is that you have to represent them. Means after representation, they get that 5 students are okay in all respect, irrespective of their say background and any other thing. 5 of them will recruit. Now next 5 is tricky situation. What is the tricky situation? Somebody falters in the technical part, somebody falters in the teamwork part, somebody falters in the psychometric part, and somebody falters in the, let's say any other XYZ kind of thing. So what HR has to do, HR's job is mainly for those 5 of them instead of the first 5. First 5 is okay, fine. Just you have to check whether they have their psychology thing is okay or not, their body language is okay or not. Rest of the points that they have got is fine. You recruit them automatically. So just they have to take care of the other 5. And once the other 5 is done, then what they have to do is here they have to apply all past experience and this. And before doing that, they have to represent. Means which one should be given more weightage? Should we give more weightage to the technical part? Or मान लो के 5 seat fill up हो गया है, we need to fill up 5 more. Now we have an issue that we have 7 students with good programming skills, 7 students with good background knowledge, 7 students with good reasoning, 7 students with good aptitude. Now out of these 50 students, deciding among this 7x4 or 7x5 set of series, उसमें से तो मुझे 5 ही लेना है ना. There we have to have a problem. So there the past experience of the expert and other things have to be represented. Okay. So for that you have to acquire the knowledge properly. So here comes the knowledge acquisition. So for the knowledge acquiring, what you have to do, the success of any expert system majorly depends on quality, completeness, and accuracy of the information stored in the knowledge base. Now here, the knowledge engineer had stored some information extracted from the expert in the knowledge base, based on which the decision have to be made. Now here, for making the decision, the knowledge that has been acquired has to be represented in a proper way, and based on that only we will be deciding वो बाकी 5 को कैसे लेना है. Now it might be a company policy, it might be a say previously what was done, and previously which kind of candidates were taken and what was the probability that they were. तो यहाँ पे statistics वाला का काम आ जाएगा. What is the probability of कि रीजनिंग जिसका अच्छा है उसका है. नाउ आई मे थिंक दैट अरे इसमें से 4-5 ऐसा है स्टूडेंट्स, ये तो सबका ही कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा है. देन मे बी 4 or 5 स्टूडेंट्स हु आर हैविंग जस्ट 60% परसेंटेज. एकेडमिक परफॉर्मेंस उन लोग का अच्छा नहीं है, लेकिन हमेशा क्या है 60% ला के 60% लाया है. कुछ कुछ बहुत अच्छा स्टूडेंट 80% वाला भी है. तो इफ आई एम ए गुड HR, what I'll do, I will not go for those students जिसका 80% है. I'll go for those students who constantly 60-65% है. Why? Anybody, any answer? राजीव छोड़ के. Why I will not go for the meritorious students and I'll go for the mediocre students who have constantly hit 60%?
Sir, because they are maintaining the constant.
No, more than that, they are maintaining fine. They do the requisite kind of thing. That part is okay. But along with that, one more advantage I have, they will not switch company very fast because they are not having that good percentage. And in some company, here in my company, say I'm allowing 60% people to sit. There may be another company who are allowing 70%, which may be say a better company than mine who is giving a better package. So if somebody is giving a better package, they will try to attract better students. So if unless they make the percentage of the student criteria cut-off percentage is 70% or 80%, so these who are having 60, अभी सबका ही ना कुछ fault है. Other than those top 5, the other 5 that I have to select from a group where everybody is faltering in one, this side or that side. Means anybody, whoever is coming with a good psychometric and bad programming or vice versa and other things, I have to take care of that part of that candidate. So उतना तो मुझे मेहनत करना ही पड़ेगा वो candidate के ऊपर. So if I work on that candidate and after some days the candidate leaves me, it is loss for me. So what I'll do is that I'll recruit that person who has less chance of leaving me. That's why I gave the example that we will prefer the ladies. If irrespective of the percentage, we will prefer the ladies because the ladies are not very much into switching companies. That is a in general thing that they have been seen, because nowadays they switch fine, but earlier it was there that Infosys mein ghusa. Many of my friends also who are in the companies, the boys have jumped here and there because for the boys to jump it is not a problem. They go to a new place, they'll take their bag and baggages और सामान जो है जैसे तैसे रह लेगा. But the ladies will not be jumping here and there very often unless there is a situation. They will not jump very fast. So as their retention capacity is more for the ladies statistically also, and they are more in general, I'm not doing any gender bias, but in general that ladies are more sincere than the boys. So the statistically, so in that case they try to prefer the ladies in the software market compared to the boys in case the marks are same. So that is the basic psychology behind and that has been a practice throughout long. And so here I'm just giving you the idea that the knowledge acquisition from the expert means जो previous HR था, top boss ने वो juniors HR manager जो initially manager join करेंगे and over the years they will say go ahead, they will train them in this way कि इसको prefer करो, ये age criteria, these things you would be preferring from the newly recruited candidates and try to get them, and if that is done and you can take care of them. So you after the acquisition, what you have to do is that these knowledge engineers who are there, they have to form the knowledge base by reading various experts. It may not be a single expert, it may be a series of experts, and based on that the knowledge engineers should have quick learning and case analyzing skills. So यहाँ पे जो रूल है वहां पे सेम रूल लगाने से पहले we have to see what are the backgrounds of the two rules. Okay. Third, from recording, interviewing, observing, and working, they can gather the knowledge. Say you are, that's why I was giving the example. Say if you want to do internship, what is the reason why we ask the students to do internship under some company or under somewhere? Because you can understand the nitty gritties of that particular working environment. Okay, so that's why internship is very important. Then you have this organizing of this information in a proper meaningful way. So unless you organize the information in a meaningful way via if then else or other things, the knowledge unless it is represented and you do it in a proper way, then you will not be able to properly say use the expertise of the expert in the software. So we are building a software which has gathered a knowledge base from an expert, and the knowledge engineer has represented the situations in a proper way. Once they are done, then only comes to the inference engine. The inference engine is which infers the knowledge base with the present situation. Now the situation in which the expert has worked and now the system is working may not be the same, but you have to infer that this situation that has occurred now is similar to a past situation which had occurred. So you have to use the efficient procedures and rules, and you have to deduct the correct and a flawless solution. So whatever was the situation here, say for example somebody has got admitted in a फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी. अभी फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी में तो एडमिशन मिल गया, अभी त्रिपुरा यूनिवर्सिटी रिजल्ट नहीं निकाल रहा है. So we have to find out the ways in which we can take care of that, because previously भी ऐसा कुछ ना कुछ हुआ होगा. तब क्या प्रोसेस से बिफोर रिजल्ट आउट का कैसे हम लोग मार्क्स निकाल के दिए थे ताकि that candidate could do a PhD or MS in a foreign university, because it is good if one of our students gets into a foreign university for postdoc or under any fellowship if they are good. But there are some flaws in the system because say convocation 18 के बाद नहीं हुआ, so many students are there who are not got a certificate. किसी को certificate मिला, transcript नहीं मिला, किसी को transcript मिला, transcript में कुछ अलग सिस्टम में दिया हुआ है और जो मार्कशीट में कुछ और अलग सिस्टम में दिया हुआ है. All AICT affiliated departments are having a particular roll number for the students. Our MCA students are having, MTech computer science are having, MTech electrical students are having a particular roll number. अभी MTech electrical वाला students लोग जो यहाँ पे है and जो हमारा MC वाले हैं, they do not know their roll number what is enlisted in AICT, because हमारा exam वो roll number देता नहीं है. रोल नंबर हम लोग का सबका इन जनरल रोल नंबर दे देता है, बिकॉज आवर रिजल्ट प्रोसेस एंड देयर रिजल्ट प्रोसेस इज डिफरेंट. तो एआईसीटी के पास तुम लोग का दूसरा रोल नंबर है और हम लोग के पास. नाउ इफ द रोल नंबर्स कुड बी सेम, व्हाट वाज द एडवांटेज? यू हैव हर्ड अबाउट डिजी लॉकर. डिजी लॉकर में मार्कशीट अपलोड करने से यू विल बी डायरेक्टली गेटिंग योर मार्क्स ऑथेंटिकेटेड. ओके, नाउ if one course is there, say MTech electronics is not AICT affiliated, MTech electrical is AICT affiliated, जब दोनों का roll number will be putting in a same format and not as per AICT format, that is not recognizable by the DigiLocker. Okay, so the inference engine of DigiLocker is not able to infer that this candidate is from AICT affiliated department and that candidate is from AICT not affiliated department. वो दोनों को ही लेता है. एक UGC के अंडर में यूनिवर्सिटी है, they are affiliated under a central university of UGC. Getting the problem? Electrical और electronics अभी झगड़ा मत करना, but problem है. I'm telling you about the internal problems and if इलेक्ट्रिकल वाले को वो वाला रोल नंबर मिल जाता तो उसको डिजी लॉकर में मार्कशीट अपलोड करने के बाद में कुछ टेंशन ही नहीं था, क्योंकि एआईसीटी वाला ऑटोमेटिक वो एआईसीटी का इन्फरेंस इंजन ऑथेंटिकेट कर लेता. गेटिंग? So
Yes,
the
sir.
inference engine that they are there because the roll numbers that AICT provide, अभी AICT जितना roll number का digit प्रोवाइड करता है, हमारा रिजल्ट सिस्टम में उतना डिजिट अलाउ नहीं करता है, इसलिए हम लोग नहीं डालते हैं उसको. But that is the problem of the controller examination, because we have 44 departments and so many courses, UG PG included. तो इतना सारा कोर्स में से AICTE एफिलिएटेड गिना चुना 4-5 कोर्स है. अभी वो 4-5 कोर्स के लिए वो बाकी लोग का रिजल्ट सिस्टम तो बर्बाद नहीं करेंगे ना. So only problem is that वो auto detection of DigiLocker doesn't work for our mark sheets. Okay. But that works as a university auto detector. They detect the university automatically, but they are not able to detect that whether that course is AICTE affiliated or not. Okay. DigiLocker कौन यूज किया है?
मैं सर.
Okay. So you have uploaded your UG mark sheets there?
Not sir.
तो क्या मतलब है, क्या यूज किया है उसको? सिर्फ कोविड?
I have used some documents sir, like Aadhaar, PAN card and other.
ओके. कोविड वाला भी आएगा वो सब, जो means automatically they authenticate. Okay, try to use my suggestion is that all of you should upload your mark sheets, even though it will not be auto authenticated, but once they scan and you, unless all of you start uploading your mark sheets UG and PG of Tripura University, means Tripura University का irrespective of you guys, means whole Tripura University जब तक बीटेक और एमटेक और बीएससी और एमएससी और बीए और एमए का मार्कशीट अपलोड नहीं कर रहा है, unless a regular format is there, that DigiLocker will not be systematic for the university mark sheets. तो उसको हर बार authenticate करना पड़ेगा. So once it is systematic about that, your certificates will be automatically authenticated. अभी problem होगा, once you upload, you'll have issues that the authentication is not taking place. But if the population increases, they will insist on the auto authentication. Okay. That would not have been if the AICTE roll number will be there for the AICTE affiliated departments. But उसमें भी तो ज्यादा डिपार्टमेंट तो है नहीं जो AICTE. In our department, MTech IT is not AICTE affiliated, MCA is AICTE affiliated. So 2 courses we are running, both are under university. एक को मिलता है advantage, दूसरे को मिलता नहीं है. Okay, so those issues are there. But main thing is that the inference engine, whatever is there, they are getting the criteria based on systematic learning. So here also, if you want to make the DigiLocker well versed, more and more people should be uploading their UG, means university वाला, कोई भी department का हो, university का BSc, MSc, BC, MCA, those things have to be uploaded time to time. Okay, clear? Next,
Yes sir.
For the knowledge-based expert system, the inference engine acquires and manipulates the knowledge from the knowledge base to arrive in a particular solution. Means what is happening here is that in a knowledge base, a past experience is stored in a particular knowledge represented way. An inference engine acquires what solution to come now. So what it has to do, it has to manipulate the past knowledge and make it in the form in which it has to be decided. Okay. Next, in case of there are some rule-based expert system. So if there are some rule-based means there is some algorithm or some steps which, so what we have to do for rule-based expert systems, you have to apply rules repeatedly to the facts which are obtained from say a past rule, and you have to add new knowledge into the knowledge base if required. जैसे कोई मान लो this is going for admission in NIT. Earlier admission in NIT was very easy. अभी क्या बोल रहा है, NIT में जनरल होगा या OBC होगा तो 70% चाहिए और ST/SC का शायद 65 if I'm not wrong. Okay, so those students who unfortunately didn't get 65 or 70% in their class 12 PCM, they are not able to get admission in NIT, isn't it? So now a new rule has come. अभी पुराना वाला जो लोग भर्ती हो गया है वो लोग तो NIT में भर्ती हो गया है, वो लोग तो NIT से निकल भी गया है, NIT का डिग्री लेके बैठा हुआ है, but the new ones are not there. So new rule has come up, so that is a new situation. So it is a new knowledge base. Why they have done that? Because there are many students who have scored very good in JEE but are not good in their board exams. So they अभी उसको ज़्यादा demand और supply का situation है. They are getting more students, so they will say enhance the bar. Getting the problem? So you have to resolve the conflict within these with multiple rules in case they are available. अभी जैसे हम लोग का MCA का पहले क्या system था? Earlier the system was that anybody without class 12 mathematics cannot means who has cleared 12 mathematics is not allowed to be admitted in BCA and MCA in Tripura University. Now बहुत लोग ऐसे PCB का प्रिपरेशन कर रहे थे, डॉक्टर बनना था, अनलकीली ये नहीं हुआ, तो नाउ दे हैव थॉट दैट अभी BCA कर लेते हैं. अभी 12 में तो मैथ्स में एग्जाम में बैठा नहीं, तो उसको हम लोग ले नहीं पा रहे. In between nearly had started, so we have allowed them. AICT now doesn't affiliate any BSc course or BSc computer science or BSc IT or these things. They said, okay, you do it under the university. For master degree, we'll do the affiliation. So अभी BCA वाला affiliation का problem नहीं है. So there are many students, NELIT still takes care of the 12 mathematics, but for BSc IT in Bhavans and other things, they don't see the class 12 mathematics. So PCB वाले भी BSc IT करके आ रहे हैं. Now our MCA system is that we have to see the new rule has been twisted a bit by AICT. They said that okay, कोई अगर BSc IT या BSc Pure Science करके आता है, you don't need to see whether they have done 12 mathematics. Why? क्योंकि उन लोग का BSc में या BCA में they study a mathematics level which is higher than class 12. उससे ऊपर वाला mathematics clear कर रहा है तो नीचे वाला क्यों check करना है? So that is a logical thing and we are doing that in a systematic way. Okay. But if somebody is coming from BSc biology, तब हम उसको पूछेंगे भाई तुमने 12 में maths clear किया है? So last year one student got admitted, he was BA political science, but his advantage was that while doing his BA, he did a class NIOS open school. I think you know about that, National Open School. So in open school, they cleared the mathematics. So उसका 12 का pass certificate है, so we admitted him because he has cleared mathematics from NIOS. अभी उसका PCB था, arts था 12 में, but while graduation he completed 12 science also. So he has done that, so we got it. But here the rules are being modified time to time. Now as the rules are being modified time to time, the other employability criteria and other things are also being modified time to time. Okay, so those issues are there. So whenever you have an expert system, you have to apply rules on the facts based on some earlier rules of application, and based on that you have to modify them time to time. Okay. So to recommend a solution, inference engine uses two things. One is forward chaining, another is backward chaining. Okay. So these two, forward chaining and backward chaining, I'll be taking up in tomorrow's class. Okay. And after this forward chaining and backward chaining, I'll be closing off this expert system. Okay. If you have any doubts up to this, means I have discussed the three components that I had introduced in the last class: inference engine, knowledge base, and the knowledge representation. So I had in the last class ended here, and today I have described the three blocks. I hope everyone is clear with the three blocks that I am discussing. Clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So somebody was asking me about the exam. So I'll be taking on Tuesday, I told. I hope you remember that is the 9th. Okay.
हाँ